take a breath. Breathe what's coming. God is in the air, the space here now. You're given a life with permission to breathe. You're aware that power is everywhere. In all beings, all things. Or you wouldn't see it. Feel it. The privilege of spirituality has been taken from you, over the centuries. You're in this quandary now because of the disrespect for the mother, feminine condition. And that's why the female energy is reacting the way it is now. Oh, you're going through catharsis. You forgot the understanding of the privilege to be alive. You're beginning to understand where your thoughts are coming from. Mostly from outside. Yeah, what's inside? There's a fetus in here. A fetus that's coming out into the light, hopefully. The sad thing in your culture, sad, abortion is accepted. Those that do will receive as this fetus comes out. But how is that understanding not brought into the awareness of the divine spiritual force that's within you? They gave you bones so you could walk. Gave you a skull so you could process data and build your mind, which is your body, is a result of your thoughts. That's it. That's what you did. Can't hide it. You can correct it, fix yourself. But everybody's in the understanding of fixing everyone else. Inappropriate. Right now, particularly in this time frame, your August and September coming, you're going to, everyone on the planet is going to begin to respect the fact that they have the ability to breathe, and you're going to figure out that you're not the only one breathing you. What they haven't told you in your stories of spiritual force is that your physical mother and your physical father are still breathing through you. Regardless of how you feel about them, doesn't matter. And what you really don't understand is the presence of heaven is here, and you can see what you've done with it. Now, because when you leave, as you say, die the body, go into the heavenly realms, into the light, you can't see anything. The real light. It's all light. But you can feel it. And you're gradually pushed out of it, down to here, down to here, down to here. Why? Because of the desire to perform your own experience, wisdom-gaining self. You've turned it into a competition with the gods. God forces, nature herself. Nature herself. You came out of water, entities. We're given bones. Developed bones by yourself. You did it. You knew how to do it, but you forgot. You remember the story of Ezekiel calling the bones out. He was told how to do it. You remember that story, and you did it in your mother's womb. But you forgot. You beings on this planet right now, everyone, are templates for a becoming, evolving new spirituality without the competition, comparing, and anger, and jealousy. Jealousy. Huh. It makes you think you're worthy to be jealous. There's one greater than you that has more jealousy and hate than you do. And he's your adversary. So when that little jealous flag goes up, breathe yourself. And remember when you were in the fetus, protected by the flesh of your mother, literally. You were picking up the thoughts and hearing everything in there. You were reacting to it. But the physical form was protected from the violence of the words coming to you by the flesh of the mother. And that's what nature is doing for you now. Your mother is nature. You came from the planet. You came from the planet. You came up out of the earth. You've been doing it for eons. Eons. And becoming. But lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime is time. And time is a direction. It's a direction. Not horizontal. Up. You knew that when you were little. Because you had the desire to grow up. Well, the stature of you has increased, yes. But the spiritual understanding of where you come from and what you're doing hasn't grown up yet. You're comparing and criticizing. And that's an abortion. You'll find out. You don't have to take what I say as true. But it is. You are all in this process of discovering the soul that you have. And the body is manifested from the desires and manifestation, what you call in the, you say, meditation. You like that word. Within the soul of you. It is a constant thinking. It thinks faster than your computers. Reacts faster than your computers. Well, there's a God force there that pre-thinks everything. And you're going through a process now where you're going to have to learn how to think. Calm your thoughts, calm your space, and calm your heart. Another secret. Your heart has 4 chambers. The name of God is written on each chamber. The name that no one likes, but everyone judges. It's called justice, basically. And that's why mercy always comes with justice, because you could not stand the Father's justice. No one could. It's a prevalent force beyond thought, before thought. And it's aware of the result of what thought will do within each entity everywhere. It's aware. And you, in the human condition, are learning to understand the response of the answer to your thoughts. But from in here, not what's coming here, it's coming here. You're going to have to identify your antennas. Where did that thought come from? Turn that channel off. I don't want to hear that one anymore. There's another channel over here. There's one. The one is in the center. It's the one that knew your mother before you were born, that entered into your mother. The seed from your father is the thought. And when we use the phrase peace to all beings, it is a confluence of all of the beings that are within you, because you're not just one being. That seed created your heart, your lung, your liver, your kidneys, your spleen, everything. Same seed, same you. Those beings, entities within you, are working with you, and you are the one that's arguing about it. So you need to talk to your heart. Well, it's a being. Your liver, your kidneys, and you need to listen to the answer. But the answer will not come from without. It'll come from within. And if you're really paying attention, and you're talking to your liver or your kidneys, those organs that have the biggest struggle here, later it becomes the heart, because the liver and kidneys can't handle it. As you're walking through your store, listen to your groceries, the vegetables, fruits. Listen here to the heart, the kidney, not here. But what you don't know is you're being bombarded constantly by entities that are in the invisible space that will incorporate within your body for their moments of pleasure within the flesh without the responsibility of it. Because when you have a body, flesh, you have responsibility. Not only to yourself, but to others. And it's not an argument. And it's not a poor me thing. Poor me thing is the result of what you did to others. What you did to others. And one thing you're going to find out, it's not so much what you did in this life that's going to hurt you the most in your own consciousness when you, what do you say, pass over or under. It's going to be the processes that were presented to you that you did nothing about. Nothing. You saw it, you recognized it, but you turned your head. You ignored the emergency of your brothers and sisters. This is what you all want. With that phrase, those terms, families, has been disrupted by your adversary. He knows you better than you. He knows the prayers better than you do. And you beings hardly know what a prayer is. You know the words, but you're not really sure what it does. Maybe it does something. The thing when you play die is to remember thankfulness for having a life. And that'll put you in a line or a queue for another one. That's all. And then you play the game of always self-cleaning, we call it. But always, moment, daily, hourly, minutely, this thankfulness for the importance of the life. And when you do, the chakras at the bottom of your feet will open. Some of you are feeling it now. You're going to the center of the earth. And mother come up now. She loves her children, and why are you doing that to her? By that I mean, you know it. There's disrespect for nature and all her things. They're her things. Her things. Hers, not yours. And she gladly presents them to you so you can see the beauty within herself. Though she can't speak, unless the volcanoes go off and the earthquakes, because that's who she is. And she's bringing attention to it. Everyone's heard of the name Pele. He's very real. Very real. One of the instincts you should be understanding now is plant flowers everywhere. Because flowers come from the mother. And they communicate with flowers. And flower to flower communicates. Oh, they talk just like you do, only in a little more precise manner. It's in the joy of being able to express as a flower. And they enjoy the fragrance and sharing the fragrance with flowers in the meadows. They do. They have a consciousness. And you too are flowers. Yet in the human condition has forgot how to share. the beauty, the inner beauty I'm talking about now, the one that everyone really wants to know about. You can remember that inner beauty easily if you allow yourself to reflect, particularly at 6 o'clock in the evening. Light moves into darkness. Gestation is there. You're in the fetus again, waiting for the bloom of the morning, which is you, no one else. And you have a day with your breath. I said a day with your breath. I'll repeat that again, because 3 times sometimes it gets through. A day with your breath. And that means you're sharing the breath with your organs and all the beings within you. And what I'm going to call, you beings have this term, high self, an ascension, worried about ascension. Well, it's really a descension, and you're moving into it. The breath of the day. When you concentrate on the breath of the day, you realize that all of space is working with you because it's its day. Time is a direction. It's up. You're now going through the cathartic process, particularly in this country, of trying to understand the nature of spirituality without the condition and restrictions of what you call the process of religion. You have battles going on all over, religion to religion, against religion, cutting heads off and soothing people because not the same religion. What are you doing? You're going to have the explanation given to you, and you won't like it. When you find out that you neglected your responsibility by not praying for those that don't know how or can't, you're going to overwhelmed see yourself. You're going to. It's going to hit you immensely. And as you go about your day judging others and this and that with the little wordy things, the judgment coming upon self is far beyond the little wordy things. The roller coaster. And then you're going to meet the being called hate. That is in the woods and the deeps. And hate so much doesn't like to see anything alive. Anything. Nothing. Can't even understand the concept of love. It hates. It kills. It looks forward to it. It searches to kill. The only defense is the understanding of what just the word prayer means. Just prayer. Prayer. Pick one. Pick one. Jesus gave a prayer. It's called the Lord's Prayer. For the Lords, to the Lords, from the Lords, by the Lords, for the Lords. The Lords are you. The Lord God of your being, passion, you, understanding. But not just run it off. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be. No. Our Father, pause, breathe it. That brings his recognition in, because he's silent. What in hell? Breathe it. Hallowed be thy name. You start that at 6 in your evening. You remember that at your morning when you wake up. Thankful that you have the life again, a day of breath, a day of breath. And then you start appreciating what water really is, because that's what you came out of. When the, womb broke open, water. Water remembers everything. When you touch a glass of water, it knows what you're thinking. Your scientists have proved this with pictures under microscopes. Words across water perform magic, what you call understanding. It's not shamanic. Water knows what it's doing. You just don't. Huh? When you drink your water, be thankful for the water. And then what you understand, you're being thankful for the elementals. Huh? What do you mean element? Hydrogen and oxygen. Those beings. You have earth elementals. You have fire elementals. Some of you are very connected with the fire elementals. You have air elementals and water. Fire consumes everything. What you call a table of tablets, water and fire are opposite. Air and earth are opposite. You're in the middle. You have access to all of the elemental forces within you. You do not need any exterior force to produce it. You need proper thought, breath, and water. The fire is in you. It's in your root chakra. It's in the solar plexus. It's in the throat chakra. It's in each chakra. You have 7 chakras. Each one has a personality. They have to blend and merge with each other. The 49th one is the one that has a conditioned understanding of the body, human, and the consciousness of all things. Unity. It is not a, what do you say, frightened or fearful force. It's one that understands space and time. And you are it. You are that force because you're in space and time. You're all breathing the same presence. You've been tricked that this is your mind. It's your brain. Your mind is a result of the confirmation and confirmation of the unity of the chakras and the spread in the auric field 7 ways. So you know you beings look at one another, you just see one another. But in the astral, in the higher astral, you see the layers of others. And right now is the opportunity to help those that are in between, that haven't understood, or were, what do you say, thankful enough that they had a body, and they're still interfering in the human condition because they want to get into a body. That's what's called possession. Some of the possession is coming from down, some of the possession is coming from up. Only because of ignorance. So, now it doesn't, you just don't know what you're doing. When you're flying an airplane, you see a mountain ahead of you and you go over it. You don't try to go through it. Same thing with a car and a telephone pole. If it's in front of you, turn. You're at that juncture now where you're responsible, spiritually speaking, for the totality of yourself and your genetic line. Because you're the ones that are here now, hearing this. And as your vibration changes in your DNA, someone's in your line is going to feel it, understanding what happens, something's changing. Because you're tuning forks. Upside down. Stand you on your head, your legs are up like this. You're walking the planet. This was the purpose. To heal it, to help her for what's been going on in this. I'm going to call it the reduction of the human condition because you were granted beings before. And you've been reduced to this now. You're struggling to get back up. Everyone knows the same thing. Everyone knows the same thing. Huh? Its ability to perform within it is the difficulty. Huh? For everyone knows airplanes fly, but not everyone knows how to fly one. That sort of thing. You are the director and pilot of your own formation here. Of all the energy that comes out of each finger, out of each chakra in the palms, out of your third eye, out of the chakras here that no one talks of, out of the 7 chakras around your shoulder blades, where your angelic force wings come out of, which is what you use to heal others behind you. Because as you walk forward, your wings clear the space. By clear, I mean clean. So proper thoughts allowed. You're going through this process of taking your place higher up in the angelic kingdom. That's what's been opened now. Because the angels above you now are going somewhere higher, and those above them are going higher, and the archangels are going to another understanding. Including Michael. You're being pulled up, and your high self is coming down within you to participate with you, and that's the ascension. It's a descension ascension. You're going to be wherever you're going to be when this thing hits. And the opportunity to know that you are present wherever you are requires thankfulness. And then the realization and recognition of what you call your companions will be there. Because when the blink hits, and we call it a blink, there'll be some standing and no one else there. There'll be this process of fall down. Just drop out of the body. That'll last 7 days. The difficult part is the wake-up part. I know you've heard 3 days and 3 nights, but I'm telling you it's 7. The difficult part is the waking up and resting and waking up again, because you don't understand what rest is yet. Within the meditation of the Buddha one that's within you here, the golden one. The baby yet to be born. The hermaphrodite. It is not a sexual orientation, entities. It's a knowledge-based system understanding the pleasures and joys of the, what you call union. Yet that has the understanding of what responsibility is. And you're just beginning to learn that in your culture, in all cultures. And that's why you have one country speaks one language, another country speaks another language, another country speaks another language. The pronunciation is different in one country, and the words are different in one country, and you don't know, and your communications are incoherent, really, in the essence of this thing here, soul forces.